A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in week 4. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Play action. It's Fields. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rusher was right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit. But it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Showing a little toughness, and the team rallies around him. This could really help them on their drive.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. This defense for the Vikings, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on third down, Fields. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from the end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown. And your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging in the next series.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now Cook running right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Cook will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him and let him cap things off.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A gain of 7. First down, Chicago.
Right back to him on first down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Chicago.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7.
Ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break.
On second down, it's Cook again. 52 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times. The Vikings are 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's Cook again. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
They go play action. Mayfield. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They run again on first down. Cook. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 27, Mayfield. Incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And this one is right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
The last run went so well for them. Maybe they should have just handed it off right here, too. Instead, the quarterback ends up keeping it, and the defense is right on it and wipes away the yardage gained.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Well, a heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw into the hands of Pittman here. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Here's Mayfield. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And now the half not quite over yet. This is a live football on the miss. He's past the 30. He's past the 30. And he will be taken down here, and that's certainly not how you draw it up. A clever idea, I guess, to try to return the missed field goal, but it's going to wind up costing him yardage. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield on the move to his left. He'll dump this off to Cook. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Mayfield to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10.
Bears 14, Vikings 10.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They start the drive with Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Vikings send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. A little too amped up there, got to him before he had a chance to catch it.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. Buying time to his left. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And it'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try to put it in that way.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Justin Fields, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. They run it again with Cook. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield swinging this out right here for Cook. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Now 2nd and 6.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football a sword that stops them for almost no gain.
And so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On play action, Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Back to throw, Fields. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Fields going to keep it running right. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Hands it off out of the gun. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down, right near the 24. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Great effort there. 75 yards. The Vikings have made it a one-score game again.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Here's Baker. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Chicago, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.